Welcome to Trust Show, where facts matter, evidence speaks, and justice takes center stage.
Steve and I had been married for 8 years. We had a wonderful marriage up until the last 5 years of it.
Well, that's most of it, but anyway. It was great until the last 2/3. All right.
It was, but we did have 2 beautiful children together.
Yeah.
So I have to say.
No regrets.
No regrets at that.
How old are your children?
7 and 5.
Okay.
Yes. So we had our children together, and then in the middle of having our family and our life, we adopted a cat named Mittens.
Okay.
He was a rescue cat, and just the love of our lives. It brought the family together, and he would love to play with the children. The children owned him as another sibling. Unfortunately, we did have to end our marriage. We got a divorce.
How long ago did you get a divorce?
About 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. With the custody, we decided to have joint custody of our children.
Okay, so how does it work? The children are with you how long, and with him how long?
With 1 week each.
1 week each, so they alternate?
Yes.
Okay.
And Mittens is a part of that as well.
Okay, so there's 3 children going back and forth. Okay, I got it.
Yes.
I got it.
So Mittens would go with myself when it was my week with the kids, and then we would take him to be with Steve and the kids.
Okay.
In the
All
alternating
right.
weeks.
So go on.
And it was fine. You know, Steve has always been very rash with me, very short.
Why do you think the marriage ended?
He would just make decisions without my input.
Was it always that way, or did it get worse?
You know, when we had the kids, it was a learning curve, being a new mother.
That's for everybody.
Right. But he would make these financial decisions, like he sold our car, and he didn't ask me.
Oh.
I said, how do you sell our car?
It was broken down.
Just a second.
We lived in a city where we had to have a car.
I got the gist of what went wrong. So tell me what happened between the 2 of you that brings us to court.
So I had gone on a family vacation with the kids. I took them on a weekend to Orlando. We had a wonderful weekend at the amusement parks and lots of food and candy. And while we were coming home on that Sunday...
Did you bring the cat with you, or did the cat stay with him?
The cat stayed with Steve, yes.
Okay.
Because we were going to be out of town, it just made sense. So while we were coming back on Sunday, Steve had texted me and said, hey, call me when the kids were not around. And at this point, I'm thinking, like, what now? Because we had just had a lovely weekend together. Like, surely what could he be asking about? And so I took the kids to school on Monday morning. I called him as soon as I got back into the car, and I said, what's going on? And he told me that over the weekend, he took Mittens to the veterinarian and had to put him down. And I am absolutely beside myself, because this was our shared cat, and he made that decision on his own without consulting me, without giving my kids the right to say goodbye in a proper way to send off our family cat.
How old are the kids again?
5 and 7. Right. So they're at that point where they understand death, and I'm trying to introduce that to them in a very light way.
Sorry.
And as soon as, obviously, they found out that kitten...
How did they find out?
Once they got back home from school, I brought them in, and we were sitting on the couch, and I said, you know, unfortunately, I spoke to your father today, and he said that Mittens is no longer with us.
Did you say anything else?
I tried to explain to them that Mittens apparently got sick while we were gone, and that we couldn't go back to Dad's house to pick him up tonight, and the kids were just beside themselves.
That you couldn't go to Dad's house to pick him up because the cat was dead.
Right. That was our after-school plan.
Right.
Because we were going to go straight and pick up Mittens.
Right. And then your children, you decided to put your children in therapy. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're suing about today, the therapy costs. 100% of the therapy costs, correct?
100%, yes.
When you folks divorced, did you have an agreement about medical costs and who would cover medical costs for the kids? Are you splitting it?
We did not have that agreement.
It's usually in every divorce decree.
We had a pretty loose, divorce where...
I mean, once the judges are involved,
yeah.
we're not loose. You people are loose.
Right.
We're very rigid. So, so let's put a pin in that a second, and let me talk to you. What happened with Mittens?
I'm watching Mittens while she's on vacation. I'm going out of the way. Normally, it's not my week to watch her,
right.
But, you know, to let her go enjoy the time with the kids. And I'm watching football. I look to the back. It's an indoor-outdoor cat. She goes outside. I look out the window, and she looks like she's drunk, just like wobbling, swerving all over the place. And I knew instantly something wasn't wrong.
Right.
It was later in the day. It was the evening game, and our regular vet wasn't open. So I took the cat and I drove it over there.
To where? To the
to an emergency vet? Yeah, one of those
Okay.
24/7 expensive veterinarians that charge a lot of money. Anyhow, they looked at the cat and they said she had an aneurysm, she had a stroke, and they recommended that I put the cat down. She gave it maybe like 1 week left to live. It would be excruciating pain if it went through that.
Because they said the cat was in pain then?
Yes, the cat was, I mean, it was totally deluded.
Do you have anything from the vet?
I have, yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
I'd
let
like
me
to present
see
this,
that.
if you don't mind.
And how old was the cat?
The cat's 15 at this time, at the time of her demise. When I made the decision to put the cat down, I decided not to call Anna because I know Anna is very irrational when it comes to these type of things.
You're excusing me.
Hold on 1 second. Please don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
If I would have called her, she would have told the kids instantly. This is something that I wanted to share as a relationship, to have a conversation with as a family, even though we're divorced.
So how many days was their trip?
Their trip was a week. It was just under 5 days.
On what day of that 7 days did you put the cat down?
It was about I think it was the 4th day.
Okay. So if you made a decision to keep the cat around 4 more days, you could have, let's just talk about what could have happened. It didn't, but let's talk about what could have happened.
Right.
You could have decided to keep the cat around in order to discuss this with her another 4 or 5 days, right?
I love Mittens too. I mean, it was my cat as well. I mean, I didn't want to watch this cat suffer. It would have been torturous.
You hadn't seen the cat suffering, right? But the vet told you the cat was suffering?
No, I saw the cat. I mean,
I know the coordination issues, because I'm looking at the vet. What it says is euthanasia recommended to ensure a humane death. If cat survives aneurysm, it would have severe coordination issues. I don't see anything about the pain you're talking about. Was that verbally the vet told you that?
I'm the father of the cat. I kind of I could tell that the cat was not normal, and it's something I didn't want to.
Your Honor,
Then hold on 1 second, ma'am. It's not your turn. Just like I didn't let him interrupt you, I'm not going to let you interrupt him. If that's the case, then why not text her in the middle of the vacation? If you say, oh, I know she's irrational, I don't know what that means. I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm not done speaking. I don't know if you mean that all of your experiences with her, she always has a nuclear reaction. I know that you should know that what's going to make her angrier is that you not tell, because I know that, and I've only been here 5 minutes. You were in there 8 years.
Understand, yeah.
Right. So why not then tell her, then you're home free, right? Instead of making the decision on your own, why not then tell her?
One of the reason why it led up to her divorce is this exact reason. She gets the kids hyper. She doesn't take things in a calm. I'm the calm parent. She's the world's on fire, you got to react. I knew if I told her at that time, she would not wait for me to talk to him. She would not wait for me to explain to him.
She would tell the kids and ruin the trip.
She would tell them, and the way she tells them, it's not, they're young. They need to not experience death at that young of an age.
Well, what were you going to do? The cat went to a farm? Like, what were you going to say? What was your theory?
It was more like I visualized it more of us sitting down as, a separated family and just discussing them and just kind of letting it play it off and let them, experience life.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Who'd you marry and have kids with? So did she make some big about face, or was she always, more emotional and more impulsive?
When we met, she was fun, lighthearted. Once we had kids, it changed everything.
Yeah, they really do change everything, let me tell you.
She became more just irrational, in my opinion, just more not trusting me in anything I do. It was more the fact that we couldn't make a decision because she's more irrational on it. When it comes to deciding like something.
What's irrational? Is she irrational because she disagrees with you?
No, it's irrational because she just doesn't make a decision. She'll just get stuck on it, just floundering around the idea of it, and then we don't do anything. If I would have left it up to her, this cat would probably be on life support today. It would make no sense.
I want to ask you a question. Did you ever get a chance to speak to your children?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what did you talk about
She pointed me out to be the monster on the case.
How do you know that?
Because the way my kids, they don't respond to me like that. They don't normally act to me like that.
Did they ever tell you, Mommy said X, or no?
No, but I could tell I have a relationship with my kids. I could tell the way they're met. And we've done this before when we're married. It was several times in their marriage. This is what led to our divorce. It was constantly, it was too late. We were already doing it like on a massive level because therapy's talking to them about it. And then I had to kind of get the gist of like what the therapist had told them and go back and explain, you know.
Yeah, but you still, I mean, wait a second. They're your kids, and you still have a right to explain to them, listen, this is why Daddy did what he did. It's what you should be doing so that they feel better about it.
I did do that, but I had to explain it from like, it didn't feel comfortable because it's, again, she clipped the
I don't care
power.
if you're comfortable. I want to know how the kids felt. Ever spoken to the therapist?
No, Anna deals with that on the most part.
Yeah, because that's a garbage job. I don't want it. I mean, if you're really concerned about how your kids are feeling about it, why wouldn't you just speak to the therapist?
She didn't give me the information to deal with them.
I'm sorry. Did you ask her for the information? She deny it?
I never even approved of the therapy. I mean, just as, like, you know, she's saying,
Anna, when you decided to put your kids in therapy, did you discuss with your husband which therapist you would use and whether they would go to therapy or any of that other stuff, or no?
Your Honor, I did not ask him about the therapy because I just saw how incredibly heartbroken my children were.
because she's selfish.
Hold on 1 second, sir.
And if I could,
Is there any truth to what he's saying when he says that, you know, you made him out to be the villain?
Absolutely not. He's painting me in a light.
Did you ever tell the children Dad made the decision?
I told them that their father made the decision to put Mittens down.
Okay.
Which
You
is
never
not true.
told them how the doctor said that would be the best thing?
No, because, Your Honor, in Mittens' case, in the veterinary description, that there is no say that Mittens was in pain. So we could have had
Right, but did you ever pick up the phone and talk to the vet? Because he
was
says
too
that the vet
late.
said the cat was in pain. And even if it's not in the vet report, it does say euthanasia is recommended. So did you ever pick up the phone and speak to the vet to see if your husband was justified? Never mind the way he did it. I get it. Folks, let's put all this stuff to one side, okay? Because let me tell you how a marriage doesn't work. A marriage doesn't work like this. But what makes a marriage last 30 plus years like mine is that you sit down, you talk about it, and you try to figure out how you can have the least impact, well, not the least impact, the best impact on your children, which is what it's all about. That's much harder when people divorce. But let me tell you what divorced people don't usually do. They don't usually share. If you had reacted differently, the children would have reacted differently. They get their cues from you, okay? But if you would stop laying blame, because there would be no blame to lay if you hadn't taken the decision to euthanize a cat without her. You see? So you kind of took the chance to do it together away from her. Oh, but you demand the chance to tell them together. No. Listen to me. I know you two don't respect each other, okay? But you are co-parents. You love your children, and you love your children, right? If you love your children, be better co-parents. Decisions have to be made together because that's what's best for the kids. Even if it makes you uncomfortable and takes you out of your comfort zone, and even if it makes you have to, even though you feel like he did it all on his own, you have to say something nice like, well, because the doctor said so. You see, adding that would have made your children take it better. You realize that? Yeah. Right. So be better at co-parenting because your children are depending on it. I am ruling in your favor in the amount of half the medical bills, just like your divorce decree says. So we shouldn't even have had to come here. $500 verdict for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $500.
The verdict may be delivered, but the conversation doesn't end here. Share your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe to Trust Show, and join us for the next case. Until then, let justice be heard.